So, guys, let's talk about the Texas Chainsaw new trailer. So, the Leatherface is back officially, as you have seen in the trailer. So, the trailer for Netflix, this installment of Texas Chainsaw debut on Monday, January 31, and there is quite a lot of action and 2.5 minute visuals between the uh, antagonists, skin marks, and a host fresh of new faces. We have to lot of unpack before our next square off with the chainsaw wielding man himself. So let's break down the trailer. So we have to take a closer look at the footage and in size pieces and drop some conclusions ahead of the movie. I think it's a movie because it's not a series. So it is going to release in February 4. As visuals opens, we see a beat up truck running through a wheat field before it crashes into a tractor trailer. A bloody blonde woman attempts to flee from the vehicle quietly, but not before she hears a noise behind her. She turns, and the frame cuts into a wide shot of the field, and her blood curdling screams. Well, we know who that is, the Leatherface. As a scream sees a demented-looking Leatherface looks up from a hidden spot in the field, showing off the new takes on his horrifying mask. It is clearly has its similarities to the original 1974 monstrosity, but seems to also be crafted differently somehow. And it is looking good. It is great marker to remind that the audience, hey, this new chapter, how sequels reboots tends to do. So the new face. Next, we see a black car speeding down a lonely country road into town called Harlow. So Harlow is a ghost town. A woman narrations claims before a man takes over and says, "We have a vision for this place. All it needs to young blood." Alongside curds of new fools arriving in their cars at this ghost town, it appears that a group of young folks have come to Harlow to build a new lives, but we suspect they aren't going to live like they find. So, eighth grade star Elsa Fisher character Layla complains to her sister Melody that she doesn't want to live in a place like Harlow. But the melody asserts that people will be able to store, live somewhere safe. Of course, being the operative word in this sentence. Immediately, the camera cuts into different point of view. That someone who is watching these newcomers from a window. We have seen the house. Let's spot an iconic Xavier family home, or at least one that looked like to the other movies, and her sister attempts to check it out with another friend. Of course, it is inhabited already, and that will be the first. Undoubtedly, many mistakes of this group will make uh, throughout the movie. So, going into the room. Melody noticed an old photograph with a man's face scratched out before a woman appears and asks, "What are you doing in our house?" She then doubles down with, "You really shouldn't be here." The trail then cuts into Jacob Latimore, who plays Melody and Layla's close friend Dante, reaching out to touch hanging pots and pans in the farmhouse kitchen. He catches a glimpse of the Leatherface visage in the reflections of one of the pots and turns around startled and to face the man. The melody is overtaken with fear, and the camera cuts in or out. She runs for refuge under a bed. She watches as Leatherface drives an axe into the skull of one of the newcomers, and then he drops his main weapon, the saw. So, as we see an old woman From the previous movies, like they have Laura Strode. Sally Husdesty appears to have returned to end the horrors that started with her and her friends nearly 50 years ago. This is Hardesty. She says in voiceover as the camera pans over newspaper claims about the original massacre and her survival. A woman with long white hair is shown on the phone, and the person on the call tells her, "Sally, I'm afraid your old friend is back." Next, we see Sally in her car and she turns down the visor to reveal a photo of herself, her late friend, and her late brother, with whom she was traveling when their group was ravaged by Leatherface. 50 years I have been waiting for this night. So she says alongside with a shot of Fennel girl in the denim and cowboy hat loading bag of guns and ammo into her vehicle. The next shot shows in the fields at night with person searching with a flashlight in front of the little truck just to see him again. Sally adds up Melody, who is sitting in the back seat of the car. Sally asks in who. So we catch a quick shot of the Dante and his girlfriend Jessica gasping at the sight of figures shrouded in the shadow before we see our antagonist pick up his chainsaw off the floor with the leather face. Sally answers, the camera lingers on a close-up of the man's bloody mangled face. And it is horror. Next, the trailer surprises and Kurt and the Leatherface seemingly hiding in the alleyways and running after fools with his chainsaw as Leela calls to someone to run. Leatherface is seen holding his skin mask up to the sun like an offering in the field during the height of the day. Then the Sally tells Leela, "It's you that he wants." Yuck, not a good position to be in. She said that I'm not going to let him kill you. Melody tells her sister, and they hug as Sally picks up her gun and aims it at someone. "Fear no evil, fear no evil." Someone whispers in another cut as Melody stands slowly to face the Leatherface, who swings his axe at her. So let's talk about the end of the trailer. The trailer concludes with a several quick shot of people screaming and people pulled to their deaths, a bunch of bloody hands against a window, and the Leatherface classic chainsaw swinging. I can say dancing. Finally, the Leatherface is seen confronting a small crowd of adults inside a school bus. They all notice his gross appearance and slowly raise their cell phones. They lean in unison. "Try anything, you're Kansas bro," one guy said to him before the villain start up his chainsaw. Soon the dudes get split in half by Saw and the massacre begins on the bus as the film's title rolls. While this is certainly seems to pay homage, it's true it remains to be seen. Texas Chainsaw Massacre can do the original any justice whatsoever. So one thing is for sure, this trailer is definitely nice bit of fun. It shows off a little story of co-writer and touch with the insane amount of gore. Let's hope this Saw is on the right path this time. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre will be premiering on Netflix Friday, February 4th, 2022. Let me know what you thought about this movie and are you watching this or not. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe and support.